Good morning, children. This is Vedagopal sir for Little Hearts Publications with Social Studies Book 2, Lesson 4, The House We Live in. Children, in this unit, we are discussing the basic needs of our life, and we completed the food we eat, the water we drink, the clothes we wear. Now we are going to discuss the house we live in. These are the basic needs of our life. Look around yourself, children. You look at your surroundings. You can see different types of houses. And the question that is to be asked first, why do we need a house? What happens if we don't have a house, children? Tell me, what happens if we don't have a house to live in? We should live like animals there on the road. How can we stay or live on the road? Can we sleep on the roads? Or can we sleep on the roadsides? Can we cook on the roadside? How can we protect ourselves from heat, cold or rain? That is the reason we need a house to live in, to protect ourselves from heat, cold and rain. If there is rain, it's raining there outside. If there is no house, what happens? Where will you go? If there is no house, where will you go and where will you stay? You will completely get drenched in water and you get many diseases. You suffer from cold. So, if it is very hot, when the sun is shining bright in the summer season, if there is no house, where do you stay? How can you live? Can you bear the heat? No, you cannot. So, that is the need, that is the reason why we need a house. We need a house to live in because it protects us from heat, cold, rain and other animals. A house protects us from different things like that. And moreover, when we are at home, we feel safe. We are safe at home. We feel safe at home. Means we feel secure. We do not have any fear when we are at home. Correct or not, children? If you are away from your house, till you come back to your house, you will be feeling a lot of inconvenience. Once you reach your home, you feel very comfortable because it is a very safe and secure place. So, why do we need a house, children? We need a house to live in because it protects us from heat, cold and rain. It also protects us from wind and animals. And moreover, we feel safe and secure at home. But when you look around, do you see the same type of houses, children? Or there are different types of houses you see around? Yes? Are all the houses around your house same or are they are of different types? Of course, houses are of different types. All houses are not of the same type. Different types of houses are, you can see there in the picture. People live in different types of houses. Some of them are Pakka houses, some are Kacha houses. Pakka means what? Some of the houses are Pakka houses, means they are strong. They are built with cement and bricks. Whereas Kacha houses are not strong. If there is a strong wind or a very big rain or floods, that Kacha house will get washed away. So, Kacha houses are not permanent. They are very weak, whereas Pakka houses are strong and they are safe and secure. So, some houses are Pakka houses and some houses are Kacha houses. For example, if you go to villages there, many people live in huts. You know hut? You can see the picture of a hut there in the page number 28, children. That is what is called a hut. If you go to a village, you can see a lot of huts there. There are very few buildings that you see there, as you see there in the Pakka house. These kind of buildings you rarely see in villages. And huts are made of what? Huts are made of mud and straw. Huts are made of muds and straw. What do you mean by straw? Dry cut stalks of grain for use as fodder. See, most of the huts or kacha houses have roofs made of mud and straw. Those huts are generally, the walls are made of mud and the roof is made of straw. If there is a strong wind, the roof gets blown away from there because it's made of dry cut stalks of grain plants. Such houses are called kacha houses, the houses which are made of mud and straw. In cities, suppose, of course, most of you are now living in cities only and going to convents. In cities and big towns, people live in houses made of cement, sand, bricks and steel with wooden doors and windows. Such houses are called pakka houses. See, now children, look at your house. Is your house a kacha house or a pakka house? Is your house made of mud and straw, or is your house made of cement, sand, bricks and steel? Of course, most of you in towns and cities live in, most of the people in big towns and cities live in houses made of cement, sand, bricks and steel with wooden doors and windows. You can see around in your house there are wooden doors and windows. Such houses are called pakka houses. Pakka houses are made of what materials? Cement, sand, bricks and steel, and of course wood, wooden doors and windows. And recent phenomena means recently, nowadays, most of the people have started living in apartments, multi-storied buildings they are called. See, in a multi-storied building, there are several houses and each house is occupied by a family. We can also see buildings there in big towns and cities having many stories. Stories means what? Floors. First floor, second floor, third floor, like that, they are called stories. S-T-O-R-E-Y-S means floors. There are how many floors or how many stories are there in your building? You can count, and if you are staying in an apartment building, you can count the number of stairs and say it's a 5-storied building like that. So, such houses which have got many stories, they are called multi-storied buildings. What are they called? Multi-storied buildings, apartment buildings. And in multi-storied buildings, what is each house called? Each house in a multi-storied building is called a flat or an apartment. Each house in a multi-storied building is called either a flat or an apartment. Both are one and the same. This already you know this. You can say my apartment number is 204 like that. Okay, children, these are the different types of houses that we see around us. In villages, most of the houses are small huts made of mud and straw. They are kacha houses. They are not permanent houses. Whereas in big cities and towns, we see very big buildings made of cement, sand, bricks, steel, wood. They are called pakka houses. They are permanent houses. And we also see in big cities and towns multi-storied buildings in which each house is called a flat or an apartment. At the same time, children, we see these kind of different types of houses there around our house. Then all these, do all these houses, are all these houses made of the same materials? Already we told you, kacha houses are made of mud and straw, and pakka houses are made of cement, sand, bricks, steel, etc. Now, in the next page, in page number 29, you can see some of the materials needed for building a house. What are the materials needed generally for building a house, children? Can you tell me the materials used for building a house? Bricks are needed, cement, iron, wood, glass also. You can see glass windows. Your windows are fixed with glass doors. Okay, children. Like this, these are the many different items that are required for building a house. Iron, cement, sand, bricks are some of the materials needed for building a pakka house. So, if there are materials that are required for a house, are they enough? Can we simply build the house on our own? No. Many people help us in building our house. Many people. An architect designs the plan of a house. Suppose you want to build your own house. An architect is a person who prepares a plan for a building. In how much area the building must be constructed, which room should be located where. All this designing is done by an architect. First he designs the plan of a house, then the mason lays the bricks. We call Sutari Mestri in Telugu. The mason, he is called mason, he lays bricks. And cement also mixed with sand, he uses to join the bricks and makes the walls. He is called a mason. Now to live there in a house, we need furniture, and also of course we need doors for the frames which are made there, and those doors or windows are made by a carpenter. A carpenter makes all the woodwork, or a carpenter helps us in making the furniture, or a carpenter makes furniture, doors and windows and other furniture for us. And then there is a need for water in your house. Water comes through pipes. Who arranges those pipes in your house, children? You know his name? Plumber. A plumber is a person who lays pipes, water pipes in our house, and also arranges taps for them. Then electrician lays electric wires to supply electricity to the house. An electrician fixes all the fittings there in the house, like ceiling fans, tube lights, AC and other switchboards. He lays electric wires, and then sees to it that supply of current or supply of electricity is done through those wires properly. And finally, a painter paints the house. If there are no paints there, the house does not look neat, does not look beautiful. And a painter makes the building or house beautiful by painting, by using appropriate colors to paint the house. So these are the different people who help us in building our house. And building should be in what way? There should be a free flow of air and light into the house. Every house must be constructed in such a way that there is a free flow of air and light. There must be air and light everywhere. Wherever you sit there in your house, you should feel that air and light from outside coming into the house. Such a house is called an ideal house. A house that has a free flow of air and light is called an ideal house. Fresh air and sunlight are necessary for keeping good health. You know, children, very much important thing is sunlight must be coming and falling there in our house. Because sunlight helps us to keep healthy. In the same way, fresh air also keeps us safe and healthy. That's the reason why we should keep our house neat and clean. Otherwise, the dust or furniture, the dust of the house everywhere around makes us ill. So we should allow fresh air to come in. We should allow the sunlight to come into the house. And an ideal house is one in which you have fresh air and sunlight always in. With that, we come to the end of the lesson, children. The key for the exercises will be sent to you through WhatsApp. Thank you.